Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I usually don't go live on Sunday, but today I really wanted to share something that has been on my mind for several days now. Not because I want to create drama, but actually because sometimes life gives us moments that reveal something so important about human nature, and those moments can become lessons. As many of you may know, recently I've attended a memorial service of my mother-in-law and my grandma's sister. And a memorial is really supposed to be a place where people come together to honor life. People come together to reflect on the meaning of life and remember how fragile and temporary our time here really is. When we stand in a place like that, we are reminded of something very simple but very powerful. Life is short. None of us are here forever. And usually in those moments, people think about love, compassion, forgiveness, and the kind of legacy that they want to leave behind. But while I was there, something happened that made me reflect much deeper. There were several women sitting right diagonally to me, talking about me and my life. At the time, I didn't really know that this is happening. I saw their looks and back and forth conversation. But after that, everything that was said at that table actually came back to me. Every single word. I'm not going to mention these women's names, even though they occasionally pick on my page, look at my stories, because I'm a woman of class and I don't create drama. But that made me think about something very interesting about human nature. Because the same people who were speaking about me behind my back are the same people who smile at me when they see me. They greet me with kindness, they speak politely. Everything appears very friendly on the surface. But when I'm not present, the conversation becomes very different. And the truth is, if those same things were said in my presence, they probably wouldn't say them. Which tells us something very important. Sometimes people feel comfortable judging someone else's life only when that person is not in the room. But here's the truth that I think many people forget. Words travel. You can't unsay what you already said. Those conversations travel. Eventually, the things people say have the way of coming back. Not because someone is trying to create conflict, but because the world is smaller than we think. And when these words came back to me, I didn't feel anger. I actually felt reflection because it made me think about a very important principle in life. It is very easy to talk about someone else's life. It is very easy to judge someone else's choices. It's so easy to analyze someone's situation when we only see a tiny piece of their story. But the truth is, none of us truly knows what the other person has walked through. We don't know the battles people fight privately. We don't know the nights someone cried. We don't know the sacrifices that were made, the betrayals that they endured, the strength that it took those people to stand back up after life knocked them down over and over again. We see a fragment of someone's life and we think we understand the whole picture. But only God sees the full story. And that's why wisdom teaches something very simple. If you don't want to be judged, be careful about judging others. There's even a verse in the Torah that says that. Do not judge or you will be judged. Because every one of us will eventually stand before God. And when that day comes, We will not be asked about someone else's life. We will not be asked about a mistake of the people that we were discussing. We will be asked about our own heart. How did we treat people? Did we show compassion? Did we lift people up? Or did we tear them down with our words? Did we spend time growing as human beings? Or did we wasted our time analyzing other people's life? And this is why places like memorials should be sacred spaces. They should not be a place of gossip. They should be a place where we reflect on life, humility, and the facts that none of us are perfect. Because one day, every single one of us will live this world. And one day, people will gather and speak about us. And the real question is, what will they say? Will they say that we were kind? Will they say that we tried to understand others? Or will they say we spent time judging others? The Bible reminds us the tongue has the power of life and death. What is said cannot be unsaid. Our words can heal, our words can encourage, but our words can also destroy. And gossip, especially in moments meant for reflection, does not bring anyone closer to wisdom. So my message today is not about attacking anyone. It's simply a reminder. Before we talk about someone else's life, before we judge someone else's journey, before we create stories about someone that we don't fully understand, maybe we should pause and ask ourselves, am I perfect? Have I never made mistakes? Have I never gone through a difficult season in my life? Because if we are honest, every single one of us has. And that realization should make us more compassionate, not more critical. It should make us humbled, not judgmental. And at the end of the day, the only life we're truly responsible for is our own life. So instead of gossiping, choose compassion. Instead of judging, choose humility. Instead of analyzing someone else's life, invest that energy into improving your own life. Because the way we treat others always comes back to us. And one day, each of us will answer not for someone else's life, but for our own. Let's try to be better human. It is only the right thing to do. Thank you for listening.